small forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 22, Matt Barnes. At shooting guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 4, J.J. Redick. The man in the middle, 6'11", from Texas A&M, number 6, DeAndre Jordan. And at forward, 6'10", from Oklahoma, number 32, Blake Griffin. At guard, 6 foot from Wake Forest, number 3, Chris Paul. Doc Rivers is the head coach for your home team.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. We're all dressed up and ready to go. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Los Angeles. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. So the New York starting 5. Calderon at the 1, Hardaway Jr. at the 2. Quincy AC out there with Anthony, and it's Stoudemire in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Anthony, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
J.J. Redick, acquired by the Clippers going into last season. A great fit, but injuries really held him back. First, surgery to repair ligaments in his wrist, then a bulged disc in his lower back. Ended up playing just 35 games in the regular season.
The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against Utah.
And they lit it up from the three-point line. I mean, you don't always have to shoot like that to win a game, but it sure doesn't hurt.
Their percentage from deep was excellent. Just take a look at the box score.
Now here's Anthony. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. They get the rebound. Stoudemire, a beautiful reverse layup. Stoudemire's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Knicks. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Calderon against Paul. Out to the right wing. Jordan with a screen on Hardaway. And that one's good.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Calderon kicks to Anthony. And stolen by Barnes. Over to the left wing. Griffin goes in. Fires from deep. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Griffin. Barnes has got himself on the board with 3 there. On defense, the Clippers. Calderon kicks to Anthony. Griffin with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And he jams it with authority.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
Calderon with it. Passes it to Hardaway. He dishes it to Anthony. The feed to AC. Anthony, the pass to Hardaway. Shot clock at 5. They need this. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. One issue with the Knicks last year, Steve, was that they really didn't get a lot of easy buckets, no easy points. When they scored, they really had to earn it.
Yeah, they didn't run, and so they had to score in the half court. And that's a difficult thing to do in the modern NBA, because teams can load up on you defensively. They can zone up. There are a lot of different things to do. I think they have to run more this year.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
You know, as you mentioned with the Knicks, you know, last in the league in fast break points as well as points in the paint, and you just can't be efficient if you're not getting those kinds of easy points. And typically points in the paint, transition points, those go hand in hand and are often the bread and butter for, you know, high caliber offenses.
Now here is Hardaway. 17 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Al Paul after the missed three by Carmelo. Paul kicks to Redick. Lets it go with the three. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Redick's got 5 points so far.
Even though a lot of the Knicks can make shots from distance, you want to have a steady balance of layups and chances close to the rim to keep an offense healthy, and that just wasn't there last year for the Knicks.
Here's AC. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Portland. Clock at 6. Trying to get back on track. Barnes grabs the miss.
Really good work defensively. This coach has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there, great effort.
Paul kicks to Barnes. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy looking. He was not going to get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Glenn Davis is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Douglas Roberts comes in for Matt Barnes. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Farmar in for Paul. Outside Anthony. Fires for three. Rebound by the Clippers.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But, yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Now Crawford. After the missed three by Carmelo. Crawford dishes to Davis. Tries from 10. Again, Los Angeles.
Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
Can't hit. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Clippers lead by 12. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Smith is out there with D'Alembert. Then it's Pablo Prigioni. Then it's Anthony. And it's Larkin in at the point guard. And they will call over the back on the play. Here's Smith. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Over to the wing. Kicks it to Anthony. Some nice passing by New York here. Shot clock at 6. Prigioni passes to Larkin. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Larkin's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Knicks. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland.
And Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw line, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line.
Not to mention some ham and turkey, Clark.
Jamal Crawford able to get his shot anytime he wants. Steve, would you say he's the #1 heat check guy in the league right now?
Oh, boy. I mean, he's at the top of the list, no doubt. I mean, he's got that deadly crossover that leads into the pull-up, and it leaves the defender with almost no choice. I mean, you either give up the jumper, or he goes right around you and gets to the rim. It's really amazing to watch.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, the Clippers were sold this offseason for a staggering $2 billion. That's about 4 times more than the Kings sold for 1 year prior, and more than 7 times what the Sixers sold for in 2011. What happened? About a third of the league's teams have sold within the last 5 years. As they've sold out guys, it's becoming a seller's market.
Only so many teams to go around, Doris. Thanks. The Knicks shooting their first free throw for the game. The first free throw is good.
And Crawford last season scored at the highest rate of his career. He did it with efficiency. Coach Rivers looked to get him more catch-and-shoot opportunities to make his life a little easier instead of him trying to create so much on his own.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Davis. Barnes comes in for Blake Griffin. J.J. Redick's checked in for Chris Douglas-Roberts. And it's Paul in for Jordan Farmer.
Crawford has always had a great handle, actually seen as a point guard when he first came into the league. And while he's a good passer, I think he's really found his perfect niche as a scorer off the bench.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Clippers leading by 9. Paul kicks to Redick. Back to Paul. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. And blocked. Now here is Hardaway. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Calderon kicks to Hardaway. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Hardaway has got 5 points in the quarter.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but he seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
Stoudemire's checked in for Jason Smith.
2 minutes.
Ball against Calderon. Here's Redick. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. They get it back. Jordan. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
You know, there have been talk of the Clippers trading DeAndre Jordan for Kevin Garnett 2 summers ago. The Clippers have to be happy they didn't make that trade. Sometimes the best trades are the ones that aren't made. KG's still getting it done, but Jordan is going to be their center for a long time.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Crawford kicks to Paul. Now Redick. He's got 5. Crawford's shot is good.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
1:16 left now here in the second. Calderon kicks to Anthony. Out to Hardaway. Calderon has the open look. Nice hit again. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Clippers leading by 9. Here's Redick. Rejected by Anthony. Pass to Calderon. Covered by Redick. Calderon dishes to Stoudemire. No good. And the Clippers will come the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Last season they had a very easy time with this club. And of course, being East versus West, they only got to face them twice. But I'm sure they wish they had them on the schedule more often.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Left side Hardaway. Covered by Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Fade away. The shot no good.
Yeah, again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
And we've finished 1/2 of basketball. Los Angeles on top, up by 11. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I'm here with Blake Griffin. And Blake, what's been the key tonight on how this first half has turned out for you guys?
We just have a lot of different pieces, a lot of veteran pieces, a lot of skill pieces, and they're coming all together right now. And it makes it a lot easier for us.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Jamal Crawford really making a difference here.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Oh! How did that go in?
Unbelievable.
Carmelo Anthony, one of the league's elite scorers, no doubt.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, really versatile as a threat. He can back you down because he's strong. He's a lot stronger than people realize. He can bump and grind with the best of them, and he can face you up. He's got the quick release. He can pull up off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. He can post. He can get to the offensive glass. I think he's become a much more consistent threat from long range as well, so that's why he's got a career scoring average of around 25 a game.
The pass to Calderon. Steps back and shoots. Nice jump shot. Good. Calderon's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, typically he's just a role player, but when he does score, it allows the offense to be more balanced.
Well, you look at Carmelo Anthony, his quick release. Defenders have to play him close, but then he has the quickness and the strength, along with the ball handling, to get by his man and get right to the rim. No question, he's a really difficult cover.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, there is no question that Chris Paul has been the leader wherever he's gone. He demands a lot from his teammates, but they respect his passion. Paul has no time for anyone who feels they don't need to work. He doesn't like guys who take things for granted. Certainly not someone to rest on his laurels, gentlemen.
Holding everyone accountable, Doris. Thanks.
And the question for Carmelo Anthony is a hard one to answer. When will he win that first title? He might not. There's no guarantees that just because you're a great player that you're going to win an NBA title. He was the 3rd pick in 2003. He is the only player among those top 5 picks yet to win a ring. I'm sure it's a motivating factor, but it takes more than motivation to win one of those rings.
17-foot shot on the way. And that one's good. And now just a 4-point Clipper lead. Los Angeles calls timeout. Well, last season, that even though he had hoped guys to remain in Nick, Carmelo Anthony wanted to at least experience free agency. And Steve, something that he's really never gone through.
Well, it's understandable, for a player of his notoriety and his caliber. You might not want to make a move to a new team, but just that feeling of having the choice, I think, is something that a lot of players crave during their careers.
And for Carmelo, there was no question the Knicks would offer him a full max contract, a bigger contract than any other team could offer. But given their struggles, it still had to be a tough decision for him.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
That's good. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Well, kind of ironic that Melo said he wanted to experience free agency. If he just waited and signed with the Knicks in July back in 2011, that team would have been left with a lot more assets and players who could have helped him win.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Redick with the bucket. 1:32 left here in the third quarter. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. So put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during a season, if you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker. You don't recover as fast, and that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Carmelo Anthony. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And thank you for that, Doris.
You know, one story that didn't get a lot of press last season, 2 days after the Bledsoe trade had been given the go-ahead, the ownership tried to back out of it. The trade was already public news, and Doc Rivers actually threatened to quit before their ownership backed down.
Douglas Roberts' shot is off. Knicks have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point.
So far in the game for Anthony, he's got 8 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
Yeah, and I think that's been important because it's established a nice defensive presence for his team.
Davis sets a screen. Now the dish to Crawford. Well, good with the triple. New York shooting for the game at 42%. Here's Larkin. The 10-footer finds the target. Larkin's got 6 in the quarter.
Guys, this doesn't look like the same team defensively we saw in the first half. I mean, they're flat as day-old pop.
Davis sets a screen. Left side, Griffin. No good, unable to end this run.
Great job right there to body him up and affect the trajectory of that shot.
Yeah, that was definitely a forced miss, Clark. He couldn't get off the shot he wanted.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity, guys? Terrific vision to pick out that pass and set up the basket.
Some serious creativity. Clippers trail by 4, and New York looking at who they've got. Calderon at the 1, Hardaway Jr. at the 2. Quincy AC out there with Stoudemire. A shot by Griffin, nobody around. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight. Here's New York. Pass to AC. He kicks to Stoudemire. Feeds it to Calderon. Just 5 on the clock. Unloads from 13. No good off the front iron.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Here's Griffin. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound. Stoudemire's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dishes to Calderon. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Outside Hardaway. Back to Calderon. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
After what was just a horrendous shooting performance in the first half, they finally started to find their stroke.
Amazing to think they actually have the lead here, Clark, given how poorly they played in the first half. They really didn't shoot well, but you know what? They're starting to stick it out. They're finding their way in this game.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Pass to Paul. There's the triple. The shot is off. So New York will take it the other way. Stoudemire setting the pick for Calderon. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Yeah, they seem to be looking for chances inside a little bit more this half.
And I love that mentality. You talked about it earlier, being the aggressor. It's the right way to play with the lead. Keep attacking. Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
New York calls timeout.
It's like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for New York. Here's Jordan. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Clippers?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight. You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Deflects the pass. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Griffin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
At the line for your Clippers, Blake Griffin.
And the first one at the line is good. Blake Griffin hits them both.
No problem for him there. You just know what the result's going to be when he steps to the line in a tight game like this.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Calderon up top, defended by Paul. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets it to go.
Something they'd like to see more of him more often, that's for sure.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Jordan with the screen on Calderon. The drive by Paul. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Anthony, the pass to Calderon. New York moving it around. To the wing on the left. Fires it up. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Calderon against Paul. Fires from the line. Anthony kicks to Calderon. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
Paul kicks to Barnes. Back to Paul. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Reddick. It's in!
Crucial basket.
They needed it, and you gave it to them.
New York calls timeout. They're down by 3. 24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Stoudemire dishes to Calderon. Anthony on the wing. Misses off the right iron. Here's Griffin. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's his first
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you've got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
At the line for 2.
And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. New York calls timeout. They're down by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
Now they're going to attack the rim, try to get a quick shot, and then foul immediately. And it probably will be too little, too late.
Yeah, I agree. It's a major long shot, but we've seen stranger things happen, Steve.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. Chris, how important are the fans to this team right now? You guys just seem to gather so much energy from their energy.
The fans have been unbelievable, and we're going to need this all season long. You know, the Clippers fans really pulled us through in this one, and we're going to need them again next game.
Chris, you give them plenty to cheer about. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, J.J. Redick.